insecurity, jealousy, paranoia. If these traits sound like something you experience and you find it distressing and are looking for ways that I have perhaps overcame it myself, then keep watching and we'll dive further into it. Everyone's always asking me to do my sort of colourful creative looks, so I may as well, but I'm not really going to talk too much about the actual makeup itself. We're more here to speak about borderline personality disorder and what my experience was. Disclaimer, I am not a licensed professional. I am just stating what my experience has been like and what has worked for me. Basically, with borderline personality disorder, some of the symptoms are an unstable self-image, being in very hard relationships that you shouldn't be in, perhaps even clinging to abusive relationships, self-harm, a sense of chronic emptiness. They're all very distressing symptoms, and there is a criteria to meet to be diagnosed. And the thing is, we all experience these things in our lifetime at some point, no matter who you are. Just with borderline personality disorder, you feel it to more extremes than what, per se, Jennifer down the road would. There's anxiety, fleeting thoughts, racing thoughts. There's so many symptoms within the borderline personality disorder spectrum. For me, I was diagnosed at 17. I presented quite sick at that point, and I was diagnosed when I was pregnant. So I've spent a lot of time in the system. I'm now 28 going on 29. By the way, I'm just blending the light pink into this lilac shade. And basically, the thing I find works for me is a therapy called ACT, A-C-T, which is acceptance and commitment therapy. So basically, for me, I really struggled with, let's say, the jealousy and paranoia and insecurities. Basically, the jealousy comes from your insecurities and the paranoia comes from your jealousy, and it's a wee cycle. But it was one of the sort of more distressing things to me to experience because I felt it so intensely, and it hurts so much because I'm not a hurtful person and I don't ever want to stunt someone's life because of how I'm feeling. For me, it was about not worrying about the future, having a kind of whatever the fuck happens attitude, realising I can't control the past, it's done. So why am I thinking about the past leading me to this moment? I'll be like, well, it's because this happened and that happened and this is karma and everything else. When in reality, no matter what you've done in your life, no matter what steps you've chosen, no matter what plans you've put for ahead of time, it's not always going to work out the way you thought it would, and there's no point in beating yourself up over it. So what to do and what I do is I think for the moment, I accept I'm having those feelings and I try to let myself think about them, have my moment with it, and then push it out of my head. It's daft, but breathing does work. Who knew such a normal human instinct could work? But breathing in, breathing out, taking your time, relaxing, thinking about the thought for what it actually is. It's a thought. Now, if your mind can make you think and feel these things, Your mind is in you, so why don't you take control? Because you can. You can take control. It just takes a lot of work to be able to overcome those initial feelings that you're feeling. Like I say with most things in life, and what my therapist taught me is emotions and thoughts and all those kind of things are like tidal waves. So they'll come, they'll peak, and then they'll slowly go away. And I find that is the case for thoughts and impulses. Basically, if you're thinking about doing something in the moment, I don't know what that would be, whether that's self-harm, spending a lot of money, getting angry at someone that's perhaps done you wrong. Basically, take time, whether that's half an hour, 45 minutes, go make yourself busy. And if you still feel like that afterwards, then that's when it becomes a problem. But most of the time, the thoughts simmer down. They go to the back of your mind because you've occupied yourself. And it becomes nothing more than what was just a thought. So I'm just blending black into the purple now. So we've got a gradient of pink, purple, black, and now it's just all about blending it. So I'm going to take a clean blending brush, well, clean-ish. Okay, so other things within the borderline personality disorder spectrum is unstable self-image. Have you ever found yourself mimicking another person? Perhaps that one you're jealous of, that one that makes you feel insecure, that one that makes you paranoid. Have you ever copied someone, or just someone you like, in a friendly manner, and just adopted their personality, even their looks, and took it all on? We all do this to a certain extent, but with BPD, it is a lot more apparent because we do it to the extremes. So if I really like someone's look, or per se the good attention that we're getting in life, I would act like them, I would behave like them, and I would change my look to look like them. I never had a sense of image like, this is my look, this is who I am. I still struggle with it a little bit, not as much as I used to when I was younger, but nevertheless I still do struggle. But yeah, so that's one of the symptoms of it, is an unstable self-image. How I got over that was makeup, really, finding a hobby and immersing myself in it. And with makeup, I found I'm just quite quirky. I like what I like. I'm different. It's just, you just need to find yourself, and it's harder to explain than it is to do, believe me. I used to think it'd be harder to do than to explain, but explaining how to find yourself is so much harder. But one day, for some of us, we just get fed up of pretending to be these people that we ain't. It gets tiresome when you're never your authentic self and you really want to show your personality for what it is. At the end of the day, we can all be loved. You don't need to be someone else. Some people are just a wee bit luckier in life and get a wee bit more better attention and have better stepping stones in life. Therefore, they're happier, they're more exuberant, more vibrant. And that's absolutely fine. You don't need to be. Because there's people there that love you for who you are. And I'm one of them. So I'm just placing an orange down. Try to think of other symptoms. Oh, the relationships one. So basically, with BPD, tend to cling on to really bad relationships because it is a form of love. We are feeling validated to a certain extent that we're in a relationship, and we feel that's what our value is, because most of us have been through some kind of trauma in our life, and it normally leads back to childhood. So when you haven't had that love and that experience from childhood, you try and get it when you're older, and that can lead to volatile situations, which I found myself in quite quickly with my ex-partner. Basically, because you've spent your whole life not being loved and cared for, you seek this validation, and no matter where it comes from, as long as it's validation, you will cling on to it. Like, for me, basically, my self-esteem was so low from growing up with my mum, and I don't like to shit talk your dad or anything, but it wasn't the best upbringing. I'm sorry any family I offend, but I need to say it as it is. I need to be truthful to an extent. It wasn't the best upbringing, and it did leave me quite sick. So basically, I craved love, I craved attention, and when I met my ex-partner, he showed me the world, and then he took it away. But I couldn't see past the fact that he really loved me. He was so sorry. It's never going to happen again. I can change him. I had just felt there all my life, just there. And then to feel like I could change this person, I could make a difference in this person's life. This person loves me. Like, look at them begging for me to stay. Like, it's a hard one. And it's one of the hardest, and I would say worst symptoms of it. I overcame that through force, to be honest with you. I'm not going to say I just woke up one day and like, it was magic. I stopped needing him, I stopped wanting him. It wasn't as simple as that. Things that happened that led me to leaving him. But just know, you're more than just being useful to someone. You are a person who deserves the best in your life, or that life can possibly give you. You don't deserve to settle. And if a situation isn't making you happy, you deserve to walk away from it. I'm just letting my lash glue dry. I hope this video has been informative. I feel like I'm kind of missing the point on some bits, or droning on but not really getting too much into it. Guess I've still got a wee bit of a mental barrier up. No, I'm only joking. It's just, you only get so much time in a video, don't you? Oh yeah, this is how the eye looks looking so far. And we'll blend it out a wee bit more once the lashes are on. So I'm just putting that on. I will do the other eye off camera because I don't want to keep you as, I want to keep it as short and sweet as possible without droning on and on and on and boring yous. Oh my god, my lash is not playing ball today. We'll get there. I'm going to pause you. Okay, I know I said I'd do the other eye off camera, but I realise we've still got loads of time left, so I'll just sit and talk. Okay, so I was talking about ACT, basically acceptance and commitment therapy, which is basically how I've handled most things in my life anyway. As I said, it's about being in that moment and allowing yourself to be in that moment and accepting that you feel these things and it's normal. You don't always need to be so scared of it, although some of the thoughts can be scary. But you don't need to be afraid of it. It is just thoughts. And at the end of the day, you're in control of your thoughts. Take control of them. Don't let them overpower you. Accept and push away and forget and move on to the next one. Basically, I said at the very start of my video about insecurity, jealousy and paranoia. I used to be the most insecure person ever. I hated everything about myself. I just felt so unworthy of living, really. So, which obviously led to self-harm attempts. However, that insecurity, especially within relationships, led to jealousy, which was so horrible for me. It was the most distressing feeling I've ever felt, being that jealous of other people, not feeling good enough in yourself. And then, I won't lie, I'm going to be honest as I possibly can. Like, I became so paranoid, especially about my husband. Like, I felt he was too good for me, I felt he was going to leave me, and I voiced it. And it was difficult because I didn't really know what was going on myself. I couldn't explain why I was thinking these things, and I would worry that he's going to leave me, and then I would act out, crying, having a tantrum, because I couldn't understand why I was feeling these things. But he kept reassuring me, like, I'm not leaving, I'm going nowhere. It was never enough, because these feelings of paranoia, insecurity and jealousy were all just so overwhelming that nothing he said or done would have fixed it. And it had to come from myself, which was when I adopted the method of draw a line in the sand. Like, I had to realise I wasn't only just hurting myself, but I was hurting another living human being by behaving the way I was behaving. And that's never good. Like, I'm one of these people, like, I will never ever ever go out my way to hurt someone. So when I realise I will try and correct my actions as soon as I possibly can. And it's quite hard for me to admit, like, that I was destructive. I just came out of this really violent relationship, so I still had all these thoughts and feelings from that, and they were really negative, horrible feelings. But yeah, I was a nightmare. I constantly need reassured. I constantly had to change ways of life to suit me. It was always constantly having to adapt things to what I liked or felt I needed for validation and feeling like I was good enough. And that can be toxic. But as I said, for me, I literally just woke one day and I was like, enough, you brain thoughts, these thoughts, they do not control me. They are not my owner, they are just things that are in my head, and that is where they belong. And that is what I kept reminding myself every time I had horrible thoughts or I was upset. And there's nothing wrong with being upset, like, or feeling these things. They're all natural human emotions, and they're there for a reason. They're there to protect us and stop us getting hurt. So don't ever feel ashamed for feeling them. Just don't let them rule your life. I think you can get a better angle at what I'm doing just now. So I am just cutting my crease, and then I'm going to pat that in, because this basically blends it in for you a little bit. And then I'm going to take a brush, go into a dark purple shade and start blending. So yeah, if you're feeling any of the things I've mentioned, like, I can't say you've got borderline personality disorder whatsoever, but if you're concerned you are, or have it, sorry, then please go to your GP and discuss it, because honestly, I've got bipolar and borderline personality disorder, and I would say I struggled more daily with borderline personality disorder because your moods do fluctuate so often in comparison with bipolar, which is like, the difference is when a bipolar mood fluctuates, it lasts a long time, weeks, months, just long drawn out days. Whereas borderline personality disorder is a daily struggle, and it's not to be looked down at. Like, oh, it's only a personality disorder, everybody's got them these days. That's because some of us have been through such a fucking traumatic life. Like, don't blame us, mate. Don't put us down. It's not that everybody these days has got it. It's that it's more recognised and therefore diagnosed more. No need to be a snidey wee cow about it. Okay, we're trying to end the stigma, not make it worse. We already go through enough shit without hating on each other. So stop that. And I'm just blending all these colours over each other and redoing it just until I get a perfect blend. Back into the purple. Back into the pink. Like so. But yeah, if you experience any of those things, speak to your GP. If you need any help, I'm from Inverclyde and I can definitely help you out with local resources if you are from my area, and I can try and also help if you're out with my area, with pointing you in the right direction, how you would go about being diagnosed, things like that. And I'm also just a safe space to talk. As you can tell, I've just bled my heart out online about my own problems and things I've experienced and felt. I'm just going to put my lash on and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm just going to go sweep away that fallout. I've done my under eye, I've put my lash on, etc, etc. My base is already done. So basically, just to recap on today, like, all the emotions and things you feel and think and experience, they're all completely normal, and everyone, including your normal, neurotypical people, is that even the right word? People experience these thoughts and feelings. The difference is with borderline personality disorder is you feel it to an extreme and you're more prone to things like self-harm, to have suicidal tendencies, things like that, to grasp onto really unhealthy relationships and not be able to walk away. But again, everyone experiences this on a level. It's completely normal. However, if you think you may have it or display some of the symptoms, then don't be afraid to seek help and go admit these things to your doctor. There is nothing wrong, and it is the key to diagnosis. They can't diagnose what they don't know. So be 100% honest in your authentic self, and don't be ashamed. Just get it done. Rip the band-aid off. Anyway, this is the final look. So, not the best. I did have only 23 minutes we're on to get 2 eyes done. I would normally spend, like, in real life, like an hour and a half on these looks, but I just kind of wanted to get the video done while I was feeling it. Yeah, if you want to see more and more about mental health, just comment down below and let me know. Again, my Facebook is just my name, Astyn Findlay. If you need any help or someone to speak to, then don't hesitate to message me. Adios amigos.